Hello beautiful people. First of all, I wanted to thank you for all your lovely comments on my last video. As you can see, it has inspired me to carry on filming and sharing my little world with you somehow. Thank you so much for that. The dog days of summer have certainly arrived, and it's been incredibly hot here in Greece. Hotter than usual, with heat waves arriving much earlier and sadly staying around for much longer as well. It's been hot from the beginning of June, and the last decent amount of rain that we've had was in March. We had a little bit early May over a stormy weekend, but other than that, nothing. Tipota. The last few weeks have been pretty hard for me, with temperatures around 40 degrees every day and very high humidity. In this heat, the dogs struggle too, and sleep is difficult. Wildfires are a real risk too, of course, but we finally got relief this week and we had a 15-minute downpour that drenched the earth. I tell you, it was so needed. Even though we're surrounded by the most spectacular nature, our days are long and weary. Waiting for news on the house and not being able to do my work with the dogs is frustrating, to say the least. I miss being close to the sea and my friends, especially the four-legged ones. And when you don't have purpose, the days are empty and the soul gets restless. At least mine does. I've so been enjoying working with the dogs, both for the charity and for my own business, and I really miss it. But I have been trying to keep busy doing a lot of online work for the animal organisation that I work for, writing a newsletter and preparing a calendar, so at least that feels good. Hela. Hey guys, I am trying to catch a dog that's been running around Seria and Zaharia for a long time, as long as Martha has been here. And apparently this dog used to run with Martha. We saw her this morning, and just now we heard her again because she's got a big bell around her neck. Nobody's been able to catch her for 3 months, so I've been shouting and I've had some luck because she's come. Obviously that's not who I'm looking for, so I just heard a very tiny noise with the bell, and then she's lying low again, so I'm just going to feed the cat and put a few bits down for her, and then hopefully if I keep calling then I can find her. Ella, Ella mo, Ella, Tikanes, huh? Tikanes, Ella, Ella, Tikanes, huh? Tikanes, Ella, 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 come, look, Ella, Ella, Tikanes, Ella. 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 Tikanes. Huh? Ella. Ella, Ella. 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 today I will leave it at this. She's not going to get any closer. She knows my smell now. She's taken the food, and I'm sure she'll be back for the crumbs. So I will come back every day, same time, same place. She's been hanging around here for a couple of days. I think this is, sorry, steep hill. This is probably the only place that's kind of friendly to her. People are putting food and water out for her. I can see that. So I'm going to try and gain her trust. One of the things that I've really missed is baking our own bread. All of the houses that we've been in until now haven't really been practical for baking, but here at our friend's house in Hurrah, it feels very homely, and so I got in the mood for baking despite of the heat. I made a sourdough starter from scratch a week or so ago, and we've been making some lovely homemade sourdough breads. Baking is something timeless and very grounding for me. There is something soothing in making your own bread, being with the dough and shaping the loaf, especially when you work with sourdough rather than yeast. You just can't hurry the process and really need to just work with the dough. And everything depends on how happy and active your sourdough starter is and how warm the room is. I am certainly no professional, as you can see, and I'm still figuring out the art of baking bread. But I learn best by trial and error, and slowly but surely I am getting the hang of it. I find that taking care of these simple and slow things that need time, like baking bread, gardening, growing vegetables and herbs, or crafting, like sewing, knitting and crocheting, they soothe my anxious mind and soul. There is something wonderful about being able to provide for yourself and being a little more self-sufficient in providing your own food. It helps me feel more secure and accomplished. There is a spark of magic in being able to take a lump of clay or a ball of wool and create something useful and beautiful. Allowing my mind to wander where it wants to creates space to breathe, to decompress, and just be. These are all the things that are slowly getting lost in this world, and I believe that is why so many of us get ill. I know I did. Returning to a much slower pace and finding joy and peace in things like baking and cooking and crafting have absolutely helped me find myself again. So if you feel like you've lost touch with your own soul, why don't you give yourself the gift of more time and a much slower lifestyle where it is absolutely okay to say no to visitors, social outings, or spending time in shopping centres full of people. Instead, spend time at home or out in nature. Have a day of doing nothing other than what you feel like doing. If all you want to do is sleep, that is okay too. But slow down. You will soon feel much more yourself again. Hey guys, just looked down from our house because we can look straight onto the bit where the stray girl tends to hang around, and I just saw she's out and she's on the road, so I'm going to go down and feed her. That's where I'm heading now, and hopefully we'll have success again and I can feed her and she might let me a bit closer, so we'll see. Someone's just walked up here, so I don't know whether they fed her or watered her or whether he's just walking, so she might not be here anymore. I might have to go looking. There she is, by the car. Hola! She's taking her dish with her, bless. Look! Someone's actually fed her. That's nice. So actually somebody has just fed her, which is really good to know, because it's nice to know that she feels safe enough here to hang around and there are people looking after her. So she tends to go around in a circle and then comes back just to make sure and check out the situation. So I can already hear her move, and hopefully she's going to come up and pick up the rest of it. She's playing hard to get with me this time. We're going around in circles. She knows exactly where I am, and she's very, very good at moving in such a way that you don't hear a bell. So she's really learned to walk in such a way that she hardly makes any noise. She's just behind that tree now. Gosh, she moves so fast. There, you can see her there. So I'm not going to put any more pressure on her today. Oh my goodness, we have rain. It would be very nice if it would really rain. Look at that. Drops, drops on the tiles. Hurrah. First rain since May, early May, and even then it wasn't much. Thank goodness. I was so worried about you. Oh gosh. Wow. Yeah. Woo! Oh my god. Wow. You've probably noticed that someone is very absent from our videos. I have to tell you that my sweet Pip is not with us anymore. The trip to Coroni just before Christmas last year was the last time that she was really well, and these memories are the ones that will stay with me always. The beach was her absolute happy place. Many of you know that she had cancer, and Pip began to be more and more in pain over the winter months, and even though we tried to manage it as best we could, we finally had to let her go on the 26th of March. One morning, she just didn't want to get up and walk anymore. It was too painful. That was when I knew it was time. Pip was with me for 10 years. If it wouldn't have been for her, I doubt that I would still be here. She was by my side through my darkest days, and I miss her every single day. Watching back over this footage absolutely breaks my heart all over again. I know she's happy and pain-free in doggy heaven now, and that is good. And I know that somewhere in another dimension, she's still walking beside me every single day, and that gives me a little bit of peace.